trainers here at Exxon Health. Thanks very much for joining today. What we're going to do is look at some new features that we have available to you. These additional features that we're going to cover today are designed to reduce phone fatigue for your reception teams while giving patients more autonomy and transparency, whether it's helping to eliminate the morning rush on the phones or saving hours of admin time each week. These tools are ready for you to use right now. So we're going to look at these four main features and show you how they can be used to help you in your surgery. First one is website widgets. So what these are customizable web pages that display live queue status on the surgery website, on your websites. So the problem can be the patient's unaware how busy you are, the morning rush, until they call in. That can lead to a bit of frustration. The solution, the website widgets that display your live queue status on the surgery website, they set realistic expectations before the patient even picks the phone up to call the surgery. The second ones, which is voicemail transcriptions, voicemails will now be transcribed into text. The problem, listening to long rambling voicemails, is a substantial time investment for admin staff. The solution, so the voicemail transcription, staff can identify urgent needs instantly, copy the text directly wherever they need to put it, and manage high volume lines like maybe repeat prescriptions without having to sit through loads and loads of audio. We have also introduced additional patient callback queue position web pages. So you may or may not realise, but what happens is when a patient requests a callback, they automatically receive an SMS with a link. This link shows their queue position and any text that you may wish to add. We now have the ability to put multiple ones on there. So the problem, currently a generic callback page is sent to them, which doesn't always provide the specific information that that patient might need for their call. The solution is with the group specific web pages, if a patient requests a callback for a specific department, i.e. test results, the URL and content they see are tailored to that choice, ensuring the information is always relevant to them and their journey. And the final one, which is my particular favourite, is the silent monitoring. So what this does is it allows an additional user to listen in, if needed, join into an active call via the phone bar, by invitation, or a supervisor to silently monitor a user's ongoing call. So a problem may be the receptionist may be on a call to a difficult patient and needs some help from a more experienced member of staff. The solution, we've introduced invitation-based silent monitoring directly to the phone bar. This can be used for many purposes, training, additional input if required, etc. So these are the four enhanced features to Surgery Connect: website widgets, voicemail transcription, patient callback, queue position web pages, and silent monitoring. However, just to let you know, in addition, by the end of this month, we hope to have released the enhanced reporting features to Surgery Connect customers, and these will sit within the report console and bring so much more to the reports. So let's take a look at these features in a little bit more detail, starting with the first one, which is website widgets. So what is the website widget and what are the benefits? So website widgets are customizable digital web pages that display live queue status on the practice website. They serve as a digital window, allowing patients to see exactly how busy the surgery is in real time. Live data points, practices can choose to display the total callers in a queue or the current longest wait time, or both. So this gives real-time visibility and allows patients to make an informed choice about the best time to call the surgery. Targeted visibility. Widgets can also be filtered to show data for the specific departments, e.g. appointments. Patients can decide between calling now or using online services instead of waiting in that queue. And seamless integration. Widgets are fully customizable to match your surgery's existing branding. So let's take a look at how to set up a website widget. Let me just take you to my dummy service. So I'm sure you're all familiar with the single sign-on page, and where you will find the website widgets are under Service Delivery Console. Now, when I click into my Service Delivery Console, as you know, all the options come across the top and also down the bottom. So the one I'm looking for is Advanced. Then I'm going to navigate to Manage Queue Widgets. As you can see, there's some that we've already done here. If you want to make one for yourself, you would literally just click Create New Queue Widget. Enter the name of the widget. Enter the type, so either calls in queue or the current longest, whichever you would prefer, and which queue you would like to display. It can be all the queues together, or it can just be one in particular. Now it's all customizable, and when you customize it, it will show you in this preview window what it's going to look like. Now I'm just going to go into one that we did earlier. There we go. So there's my widget. So as you can see, we've named it, we've chosen callers in the queue, how many people are in the queue. We can change the color of the typography here. We can change the font size of it as well. We can change the color of the icon. So doing that, you just click in and choose the color. Anything that will match your website or something that you might want to stand out so they can see it. And then we can change the icon size on that as well. What you can also do is you can change the corners, how they look, and also the frames if you wanted a frame on it. So just have a little play around with it. And once you've done that, you'll be able to see what it looks like here. Once you've done that, on here, you click on Save Changes, and also it will ask you on here to create a code. Once you've created the code, it sits here, and all you need to do is click Copy. Okay, now what that will do is that copies that code and you can paste that wherever is needed. So if you have an outside IT department that look after you, send that code to them and they can then put that into your website for you. Now, let me just show you here where the coding would go, and then the website which it would be pasted into. So the benefit of the widget only will work if a patient can see it, obviously. It should really be front and center, ideally placed in a prominent location where the patient's eye will naturally go to. The home page is perfect. Obviously, if a patient has to hunt through submenus to find it, they're not going to use it. They're not going to see it. They'll have lost the will to find it. A good place to position it is near to the Contact Us icon or Request an Appointment link, areas they're familiar with, really. This ensures the patient sees the live wait time or queue length exactly at the time they're deciding whether to call the surgery, or maybe they can then choose to use alternative online services. We also have queue widgets. So the queue widgets, the call queue widgets are also, they're not just available to practices using Surgery Connect, but if you have the Our Surgery Assist feature, you can put them into there as well. They have the same functionality as website widgets, but they're implemented within your practice's digital assistant interface. The widget manages, really, basically it's the same expectation for the patients when they see it. So it's helping callers decide whether to remain on the phone or proceed with an alternative digital option. Setting up the call queue widget is very similar to the website widget. We looked at earlier, but the copied URL, it's pasted into the bot settings in Surgery Assist portal rather than into the surgery website. And if there's any changes that are made on Service Delivery Console, it will automatically update in the Surgery Assistant digital assistant. We have got resources for all of this to look at, including help guides, case studies, etc. My colleague will be putting those into the chat box. Let's look now at the voicemail transcription. So following the introduction of voicemails into the communication window on the phone bar, we've added a transcription feature. This allows users to check the content of a voicemail without having to listen to the whole message and easily copy that content into the clipboard. The advanced speech recognition converts the spoken word into written text, which is then displayed directly in your communications window. It solves the problem. The feature totally revolutionises how you manage messages. By quickly scanning the transcriptions, the staff can prioritise urgent requests, identify key information, and save the time previously spent listening to entire voicemails. So let's take a look at the benefits. Reduces time spent listening to the whole voicemail message, which, as we know, can be quite time consuming. Quicker identification of the patient's needs. It's an additional accessible option for patients to contact the practice, can be configured out of hours also. Faster processing of requests, as you don't have to listen to every voicemail from start to finish. And the transcriptions are easier to share, more accessible for those hard of hearing, and are easy to add to the patient record if needed. Let me show you the voicemail transcription. So we're going to go back to the phone bar. Now on the phone bar, you have your open communications option, which I'm sure you're familiar with. When I look at that, I can see there's a notification there, that little orange ring. When I click in it and I go to my voicemails, you can see there's that notification there. And again, I can see here that I've got one new group voicemail. So we've got our user voicemails and then we've got our group voicemail. So when I click into that, there's the new one, it's highlighted, it's got the yellow dot. Now, when I click on it on here, we've got the usual way of listening to the voicemail if needed by just clicking on the play, so you can listen to it. But now you can see here, we've also here got it transcribed. So you don't even happen to listen to it, you can just see it here. Up here on the right-hand corner, there's the copy, so I can just copy that information easily and paste it somewhere like the patient notes if needed or something like that. So that is your new voicemail transcription. It's exactly the same everywhere else. You've got the you've got your name, you've got the group that the voicemail is left for, time and date. All of that information is exactly the same, but you've got this new additional transcription, which is really useful. And people that have got it already are finding it really useful. And you can delete it if needed, as usual, or you can save it as where we did have that before. You can see these two have been saved. Again, links will be put into the chat box by my colleague. And if you do have any questions as we go through, please also ask any questions in there. We're now going to move on to the patient callback queue position web pages. Currently, when a patient requests a callback from the practice, you may probably know that a free of charge SMS is sent to the patient with a link taking them to a web page. This SMS confirms the callback. It also shows the caller where they are in the queue, their queue position, and shows it moving up, therefore preparing them for when they can expect that callback to happen. We now have introduced the ability to configure multiple queue position web pages across the service, which means that web pages can be tailored for individual groups. For services with multiple sites, it also means that the links to these web pages can be tailored to be site specific. Previously, it was only possible to configure a single web page for the entire service. This meant all groups using the queue position web page feature had to use one web page configuration. This new enhancement solves this by allowing the information displayed on the queue position web page to be tailored to the specific group the callback was booked for. So what does it give us? Targeted information, specific information for particular groups or sites. Enhanced call flow efficiency. The feature contributes to increasing the efficiency of the call flow and helps utilise other Surgery Connect features. Improvements for multi-site services. Services with multiple practices can now create web pages that are site-specific, has that site-specific information. So let me show you now how to set up the new enhanced patient callback queue position. So I'm going again back to my single sign-on screen, and I'm going back to Service Delivery Console. Again, I'm going to go across to Advanced. And this time I'm going to go to my patient callback. Navigate to Manage Patient Callback. Okay, I can then just click on Create New Web Page. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one that we did earlier. So you can configure what goes out on that link. Okay, so we're just going to give it a name. So this is in particular, we've done this one for prescriptions. So it's prescriptions queue position. I've put the surgery name in case it's a multi-site, and the title information is prescriptions information. So this bit here will always go out. So it will be our team will be in touch. Please have your phone with you to receive your call. If you no longer require the callback, please use the cancel button. That will always be there, but you can add in anything else that's relevant. So we've put, we no longer take prescriptions over the phone. You can now order all prescriptions via your NHS app. So they're going to get that in that text message link. And so at this stage, they might think that's a good idea. There's no point hanging on. They don't take requests over the phone. So I might as well go to the NHS app. So they can cancel that callback. They can just press cancel. And that's one less call for you to take. And then obviously when you finish that, you save it. Okay. Guides will be put into the chat box for you for that as well. Okay, and a case study. Right, moving on to our improved silent monitoring feature, accessed directly from the phone bar. This makes it simpler than ever to support your staff in training and quality. This is a really good new feature, and I'm sure you're all going to really benefit from it. The silent monitor has been added as a new in-call feature as part of the 8.6.5 version released in the phone bar. So you can always check whether you've got it on there. It will allow an additional listener to listen into or somebody to join an active call, either by invitation or by a listen in, where a supervisor can silent monitor an active call without notifying either participant. This can be used for training, medical students listening to calls, new receptionists, and additional input when required, or even just to listen to known difficult callers. The benefits are seamless shadowing. Trainees can listen in to experienced staff members' calls, remotely learning how to handle patient calls. Improved retention. It also reduces pressure on new staff, which can lower the turnover as they may feel less stressful in their role. Faster proficiency. Real-time feedback bridges knowledge gaps instantly, accelerating learning for new staff. Conflict support. Instantly support staff during aggressive or complex patient calls, ensuring safety and correct handling of those calls. And CQC compliance. It provides a tangible method for demonstrating ongoing staff supervision and quality of care, which is obviously a key component of CQC assessments. So this is the fourth feature that I'm demonstrating to you today, the silent monitoring by invitation and silent monitoring listen in. So I'm going to demonstrate this to you. My colleague Cindy, who is sitting in answering questions and facilitating this meeting, will be on the other end of these calls, so you'll be able to see it actually happening. So I'm going to make a call out. So I'm just going to be on an active call and show you how to ask for help. Okay, so I'm on an active call and the call is going south and I need some help. So this little icon here, the picture of the person with a headset on, this is your new silent monitoring feature. So I am going to click on here and I'm going to look for my colleague or my supervisor that I need to join the call. And that is going to be Hannah. I can see she's available because she's got the green dot. And over on the right hand side, there is a little picture on here of a headset. And that is the picture that I'm going to click on and send invites. Now, what that does is it will send an invite to her on her phone bar. She will click to join. And as soon as she clicks to join, as she has now, I can see that Hannah has joined my call and the monitoring sign has turned orange. So now Hannah is listening to my call silently, but she has got the ability to unmute herself to me so she can coach me without the other party hearing, or in fact, she can then take over that call by then unmuting to that caller, and then she can join into that call as well. Okay, now I'm going to finish that call and I'm going to show you the other side of it. So the other side of it is I am the supervisor and I want to listen into a live call without the person knowing. Okay. So what I would do is I'd go to my contacts. I can see that Hannah is on a call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on here and I am going to click on the tick and I'm now live monitoring her call. Now, if I click on this symbol here, it allows me, if I want to, at this stage, I'm muted to both participants, but I can unmute myself to my agent, which is the user, and talk to her, coach her. And indeed, I can unmute myself to the caller. So then 3 of us will be in that call. So that is the silent monitoring. Very, very good feature. Let's move that out of the way. Okay, so the resources again will be put into the chat for silent monitoring. Just wanted to touch on this. We haven't quite got these yet, but they're coming literally any day now. Okay, enhanced Power BI reporting. We hope to have released it, as I said, by the end of May. We're introducing the new telephony reports using Power BI and BigQuery. This release will include a refresh of all reports and dashboards, as well as some enhancements to the data itself. It will mean that the reports will all be in one place for Surgery Connect customers. Moving to the Power BI has enabled us to make changes automatically without having to refresh the links each time, saving a lot of admin work, and making it easier for you to access your reports. These enhanced reports will bring benefits to you. The visual data has been improved. The advanced filtering has been implemented, so you can drill down further into your reports. Staffing insights give a more granular view of how staff are managing their time as well. The SMS reports now offer segment tracking. So if you do use SMS, it will break down the segments rather than just the one SMS. So you can accurately view SMS costings. Just going to show you one report for now, and that is the new Surgery Connect, Surgery Intellect, beg your pardon, report. So Surgery Intellect is our new ambient scribe. Some of you may have it, some of you may not. It transcribes the clinicians' consultants for them using the new AI technology. The new Surgery Intellect report shown here demonstrates how Intellect is actively improving surgery efficiency and clinicians' experience. The report will be accessed by the reports console, which you're probably familiar with. But what you see here is one of the Surgery Intellect reporting pages. It's called the overview page. It's organised into 4 key areas. You can select a date range. It shows the estimated time saved by using Surgery Intellect, which is really interesting. It shows the top 10 users using it. It shows whether Intellect is used for telephone consultation or a face-to-face. And it also finally will show you the usage tree, summarising how Surgery Intellect has been used. So you can see total clinical notes, medical codes, and the letters generated. Coming soon, we'll also have the Omni consultation reporting as well. Again, we've put the resources into the chat box for you with help guides and on the Intellect telephony reports and the Omni consultation. And also, don't forget, this reporting will be coming soon. All of these are being put into the chat for my colleague. Right, so we have now come to the end of this webinar. I just wanted to let you know this is being recorded in the background. So this recording will be sent out to you if you did want to forward it to any of your colleagues, or if you wanted to listen to it again, by all means you can do that. But before we finish, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining. And if anyone does want any further information on these features, or any help with them, even a short meeting on how to set things up or how to use the monitoring, how to set anything like the website widgets up, just please contact your regional CSA, which is a customer success advisor, and they'll sort that out for you, if not set up some training for you. So once again, thank you on this hot day joining into this, listening to me on the webinar, and thank you very much and goodbye.